was so profoundly affected by the Africans that the goddess of chastity was a black woman, Artemis. The goddess of wisdom was a black woman, Minerva. The goddess of beauty was a black woman, Diana. And many of their great mythological figures which were critical to the vision of history, the history of the Greeks in the Odyssey. The woman who has the power to draw Odysseus and all his crew into her is Circe, who is represented as a black woman with African features on the Greek vases. The woman who helps Jason win the Golden Fleece is a black woman, Medea. The woman who marries Perseus, the Greek hero, is a woman who helps Jason win the Golden Fleece.
What is a lion without his pride? What is a whale without his pod? What is a monkey without his troop? What is a wolf without his pack? The answer is very simple. They are the same thing that a human being is without a tribe. Pray.
Bargani, Bombskin & Co. is the true definition of self-care, self-love, and repeat. We are what we create in this life. Bombskin & Co. chooses to create something innovative and unforgettable. Check out our website for more information.
Spirit Over Flesh LLC is a wellness-based business where we heal through words. I'm Tiandra. I'm the founding servant leader. It is a Black-owned, woman-owned business that was founded in Ohio, but that can serve the world. Through virtual sessions, either by phone or video conference, we have a conversation. We always start with a 15-minute consult where We just make sure that I learn a little bit about you, you learn some about me, and then we schedule some time to be intentional about your wellness journey. During the time, it's about education and empowerment. You are your own best doctor from within. So I'm literally someone who is just intentional in the space and drawing questions out of you to get you further on your wellness journey. Sessions are typically starting at $80, but if you mention Kwanzaa 2020, we're going to go ahead and take 20% off. It's about getting you well so that we can be well, right? Kujichagulia and Ujima, collective responsibility. So grateful for the opportunity to support you in your wellness journey. If you're interested, go to my website, spiritoverfleshllc.com. There's a button that says Let's Connect. Fill out the form and I'll get right back to you. Again, that's spiritoverfleshllc.com. I look forward to supporting you in your wellness journey and healing through words.
Are you heading out of town or have a special occasion? What about birthdays, anniversaries, or reunions? Get the best deals and inexpensive rental car rates, midsize sedans, compact cars, and more. We have a variety of fleet vehicles to accommodate any and all of your rental car needs. Make a reservation today at your local budget rental car on Hamilton Road in Whitehall. Call 614-863-7500.
Happy Kwanzaa. I'm Carla, and my sister Karen and I own Two Natural Sisters. We've been in business for 5 years, and we sell a line of natural bath, body, and candle products. Let's take a look. Follow us on social media, Facebook and Instagram, at Two Natural Sisters. All items that are in stock will be shipped within 24 to 48 hours. As a promotional item, we offer a CD of Black romantic poetry of self-love and coupled love, and 50% discount on Sister Locks, Brother Locks by consultant Sapphire Donetta Mahadi. If you have any questions, you can reach us at customercare@twonaturalsisters.com. Enjoy and happy Kwanzaa.
What's going on? My name is Doe. I am the owner and creator of Madeline Gin. Madeline Gin is best described as a celebratory art experience that exudes hella blackness. Initially, the company was founded to provide a luxurious but affordable art experience, and it's since transformed itself into something a bit more spiritual. By walking in what I believe to be my truth, I've been able to get in contact with my ancestors and use my platform and my art, my gift, to tell their untold stories. I do that by using different textures, by utilizing different mediums, colors, and just making things pop out so that it's open for interpretation. I love creating, and I can't wait to be of service to you. Thank you.
I am a genius. My ancestors were geniuses. My ancestors have made me a genius in all that I think, say, and do. I must declare myself a genius. I am a genius. Whenever I am myself, I practice my geniusness and do great things. All my thoughts, choices, and deeds must express my geniusness.
I am a genius. My decisions must always be in the best interest of myself, my family, my people, and my God. Only then will I and everyone I know that I am a genius.
I am a genius. At all times, my geniusness must reflect my culture. My geniusness must serve my God. My geniusness must make me be one in love and harmony with my family. My geniusness must protect my people. Yes, at all times I must demonstrate excellence because I am a genius.
The Purpose Driven Society is a Black-owned, woman-owned business local to Columbus who creates accessories that have intentional messaging. Our specialty are buttons. Buttons can be worn anywhere, on a shirt, on a book bag, on a hat. The beautiful thing about buttons is that you can change them and switch it up depending on your mood or the day. For Election Day, we wore a very intentional button. On my book bag, or my student's book bag, it says, "You are already intelligent, educate yourself." Buttons are empowering with the messages that we create. Again, we do them very intentionally. At the Purpose Driven Society, we're minding our Black-owned business and hope that you'll help mind ours too by doing business with us. Our buttons go for $3 for one, $5 for two, $7 for three. But if you mention Kwanzaa 2020, we're doing a special where you'll get an assortment of buttons for just $20 and we'll ship anywhere in the country. So again, that's the Purpose Driven Society. We can be reached at thepurposedrivensociety@outlook.com. Send us an email and we will put together a very intentional bag of buttons for you and ship it straight to your home. Happy Kwanzaa. Thanks for doing business with us.
Peace, family. Yo, thank you for joining us. Right? And I'm thrilled to announce the fact that we are now releasing our first free e-course. Come and learn about Geometry Journey, see some of the stuff we do. Come and join the tribe. Tribe up with us and check out the free e-course. And we'll make sure that the URL pop up right about here. And it'll probably be somewhere in here. Check us out, family, because we are building. Come and learn about Geometry Journey, and let's build together.
Oh, it's time to grab your glasses, family. It's time for us to get started. I'm so excited. Sitting up here, Kid Magic Rock. Shouts out. Oh, it's time to grab your glasses, family. It's time for us to get started. I'm so excited. Sitting up here, Kid Magic Rock. Shouts out. Here we go. Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath
and drink some water.
Take your breath. Take it.
Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, breathe, breathe, then drink.
Take a breath. Take your breath.
Now, grab your glass for some water.
Grab your glass.
Lift your pitcher of that water.
Or bottle.
Get that pitcher of that water. Simply pour some water. Drink, 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 drink.
Drink
or should I say, lift, pour, then drink. Now move your body and drink some water.
Move your body.
Move your body and drink some water.
Move your body.
Move your body and drink some water. Fam, just move your body. Drink, 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 drink.
Drink your
or should
water.
I say, move, then drink.
Move your body. Move your body.
Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink.
Drink your
or should
water.
I say, raise, toast, then drink. Take your breath and drink some water.
Take your breath.
Lift and pour yourself some water.
Pour.
Move your body, drink some water.
Move it.
Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, lift, move, toast. But remember to stay healthy. Remember the four pillars. Breathe, drink, eat, move. Drink half your weight in ounces.
Eat a culturally appropriate diet.
Behave. Take your breath.
Come on.
Lift and pour.
You can do it.
Move your body.
Come on. Come on.
Toast your ancestors. Drink up.
Come on. Drink it. Drink it. Drink it. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Drink it. Lift it. Drink it. Come on. Drink that health in.
Drink, 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 drink.
Drink your water.
Take your breath.
Take your breath. Take your breath.
Lift and pour.
Lift it.
Move your body.
Come on. Come on.
Toast your ancestors. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink.
Come on. Come on.
Drink your water. Take your breath. Lift and pour.
Come on, pour it.
Move your body.
Move.
Toast your ancestors. Drink, 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 drink.
What?
Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. What's up, family? What's up, family? What's up, family? What's up? 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 Hey, this is Brother Hato coming at you live and direct from the Black Cave. Man, I am feeling so much better today. I got an opportunity to sleep beyond 3:30, and it feels great. Man, I just laid there. Oh. And I said, now it's time to get up and do the toast so I can start the day. Got a whole bunch of stuff that we need to be doing today. Y'all see I got my coffee over here on the side. Maybe I might need to go and throw that in on my morning regimen. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe the coffee got me. But yo, we're going to be doing some toasting and talking. As a matter of fact, I forgot to open up the black line. I'm going to open up the black line so that the family can call in. If any of y'all want to call in, we could go over some of the news, have some conversation, talk about some of the stuff y'all want to talk about, because, we got there's so much going on in the world. Then we got so much going on in Giami. It's just ridiculous, family. I mean, it's like a lot of stuff, but then the the most problematic for us is the fact that we are not allowed to broadcast no more. I mean, we've been cut off of several platforms, and it's like, what in the blazes, as the old folks would say, what in blazes is going on? Right? What in blazes is going on? So we can't stream through any of our platforms. I can't even put up ads. They don't even want my money. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even think that what we posted up was that crucial, was that bad, or whatever, blah, blah, blah. But Joe, when you control the platform, you get to make those decisions. And I listen, our time is coming, so I'm not even mad. I ain't even mad. You know what I'm saying? So boom, I do my little bit of time, and we will come out blazing because I'm learning some stuff, and I'm learning, and I'm sitting back, and I'm relaxing. I'm studying. I'm study, resting, perfecting myself. Right. So I'm working on a video shorts because a lot of these videos I got to shorten down. So what TikTok has allowed me to do is to go on and figure out how to start shortening stuff up. So one of the things I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do like nation building in 30 seconds. So I'm gonna have little nation builder pieces going on. So Miss Navita Nelson has called in on the line before we done did the toast. So, but you know, she got that type of power.
Oh, you haven't done the toast yet? Okay,
No, baby, no. But go ahead, it's something because it was something
No,
on
it's
you.
not nothing. I just was calling in to see what was going on with the broadcast. You know, because it's I don't know if you noticed, but it's streaming live from my page.
Yeah, I mean, you remember what that is, right? We put that on when we did.
Switched it.
Right.
Yeah, we switched it. So when I was looking, I didn't know if you remembered that. So so when I just got on Facebook, and I was like, why does it say I'm going live? And then I'm like, oh, the show was on. The show was on. So I'm like, cool, because you know, can't get no notifications.
Well, now you go get it forever. Because I'm leaving yours up there forever now until they tell me I got to take it down.
Right.
Because it's crazy, man. And it's like we got to do guerrilla broadcasting to get our messages across and family. Like I said, there's many ways that we can avoid this, but Gianni has came up with one, and that is we have our own platform. Now, the only issue is it's kind of hard to keep up with the big dogs. You know what I'm saying? Because like Facebook, billions of dollars. Gianni Journey, hundreds of dollars.
We're hundredaires. We're hundredaires.
We were hundredaires till you gave away their $100. Now we teen heirs. And we proud of it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the support of the family that we are able to say that we are 100 heirs. So if you're 100 heirs, throw up your hands in the air and wave them like you just don't care. Take a $10 bill, throw it in the air, snatch it down before somebody else get it. Oh, yeah. I know that didn't rhyme.
Now.
I know that didn't rhyme. I'm trying. You know,
No, it didn't. I was about to come in and save you, but you wouldn't let me. So go on, do your goddamn thing.
You know I'm long-winded, girl. But I'm just preparing because I got to get back in the studio. I got to cut my singing album. And then also one of my brothers who just recently got his freedom, he wrote some verses and stuff, and I got to go on and get on there because that's one of my rapping brothers. So we probably going to drop an album on that shit. I ain't rhyming in a long time.
You can let my son spit something on there. He might
That's true, too. That's true.
Something to you,
that's
if
true.
You want, he might do it. But what's on your coffee? You got the coffee this morning? I mean, I'm used to the ambrosia.
Oh no, that was before the show because one of the things that I've been dealing with my time switch is that I would get sleepy during the show because I'm moving everything. I have to move everything an hour back during the weekdays. So I'm trying to get my body used to it. So I needed some coffee to kind of get me started. I'm about to do the ambrosia for the toast. But I'm considering that part of my drinking my water. It's dirty water though. But the concept is good. But so now I got your email.
Did somebody write a comment? Can you read the comment?
Yeah, I can read the comments. Hold on.
Because I'm just saying, apologize to the listeners, but like I was told during Blunt Talk, we had like people, I talked to some people who were on the show, and they're like, you couldn't see my comments, and I was saying this, and I was saying that, so I'm just trying to see if there's anything showing up. I see something on the screen that looks like from Kwame.
Right, I got something from Kwame. I was about to shout him out. See, this is what tribe do, right? Because when we looking out for each other, we get to stay on top of it. All my stuff is behind, but hold on, let me go to my OBS. We still offline with it. If you posted up something, Navita, I don't see yours. If you posted,
I haven't posted anything. I didn't write anything. I'm going to though.
Shouts out to Brother Kwame. He hitting us up from the Twitch. You know what I'm saying? Because like when you doing stuff like we do, we always got to have fallback plans. Like right now, Kwame gave the family a homework assignment from one of the speakers that we had during our Nguza Saba Festival, where we need to write down a medical emergency plan for everybody in our families, especially the elders in our family. So, you know, and just like the medical emergency plan, we need an emergency streaming plan. So Kwame's emergency streaming plan is if he can't get on GNJ.media, he fall back to Twitch. You know, for those, so Wagwan. That's from Navita Nelson. Wagwan.
Wagwan.
So we about to hit this toast up, and then I'm gonna open up the lines is gonna stay open. So family, if you have ancestors that you wanna throw on the list, by all means do it. If you know somebody in Geometry Journey, get it to them. You go to our Facebook page. If they will allow you to inbox us, you can inbox us. You can hit us up on our Instagram. You can hit us up on Twitch. And he said, if not Twitch, then Spreaker. Now, family, I want y'all to understand, we are a podcast thing. Now, the only thing that we don't really podcast is blunt talk. You know, because Navita hasn't opened up her stuff for it to be a podcast. But when she get ready for that, and when anybody else is ready for that, unless y'all want to go through Geometry Journey, we could go on a podcast. So all of our shows all the time, most of our shows all the time are being podcasts, which means that you could turn off and not even, if you like the visuals, you come get it. But if you want to move and do stuff like that, it's a podcast that is downloadable, or you can listen to it live streaming and keep up with the journey. We ain't fucking around here. We've been in the game a long time. Y'all don't let the numbers fool you. Don't let the numbers fool you, because since they've been streaming on Facebook, guess what? We've been streaming on Facebook. Damn near since they've been streaming, allowing live stream on YouTube. We've been on YouTube, and we was on YouTube before that. And when blogs was popping up, we've been blogging. We've been in it for a very long time. We just don't have a large audience because we don't tend to focus on the bullshit that will attract a lot of people. That's all it is. Now, it'll be easy for me to jump on some of these trends and try to build up stuff like that, but I like being authentic. I like being who I am. So I don't want to give you something that you think that I am, you know what I'm saying, and then have to switch it up on you because I can no longer do it because I get burnt out. Because the quickest way to get burnt out is to be fake, because you can only do it for so long. And those of you that have dated people that were fake, y'all know what I'm talking about, because it always come out. They might be able to keep it up for a few months, but then all of a sudden, the mask start cracking and you able to see through that shit. Be like, that's a flag. But you be like, I'm so in love, I'm just gonna go and just stick with him. 3 years later, you be like, that motherfucker was fake. It wasn't real. I thought it was love, but it wasn't. Somebody else calling in. Who is this on the line? What's going on?
Brother Kwame here.
What's up, Brother Kwame? How are you doing, good sir?
It's all good. It's all good. So first of all, going back to the assignment our tribe together on, and generally speaking, our family together on. So in her interview with Dr. Ado Garrett Mills, he told us that, one of the things we could do is prepare medication lists for everyone in the household. So that way, in the case of an emergency, if grandma is unable to speak for herself, and grandson happens to be there. He knows where the medication lists are. He makes the appropriate calls and handles that business. And that's legal as well as recreational. Or let me say it this way, prescribed as well as recreational.
Prescribed and unprescribed.
Say that again?
Prescribed and unprescribed. I got you.
Yeah.
We got you.
So that's the first step we're trying to handle by the end of this month, actually by the third week of this month. We want to try to get everyone in our household, have the medical list for everyone in the household, and each of us know where we can find it in case it is needed. Then we'll move on to medical powers of attorneys and things of that nature and wills. But first steps first. So let's handle our business for this month, and then we'll move on to making sure our household begin handling the business for tomorrow. So we want to begin today.
So family, and those of you that are not directly into the tribe, but you're part of our extended family, this is a wise step for you as well. Because one of the things that Dr. Ann or Dr. Ado pointed out was that some of the ailments that our elders get make them act like certain diseases that they really don't got. Like, for example, memory loss, confusion. If a person is not really taking the time, they'll end up diagnosing your grandparent with dementia or something else when actually they are experiencing, I think the word is delirium, that we need to learn how. Am I correct?
That's correct. That's absolutely correct. So instead of saying, especially if it's something that hasn't been normal in the household, then you want to say it's a delirium. Because if you say, well, they've not been acting quite right, and you give them these vague descriptions, they'll treat it as though it's just dementia and send them right home. Whereas a delirium denotes to a doctor or whatever that this is an acute symptom. In other words, this is serious and needs to be treated immediately. So we want to become very familiar with that word delirium when members in our family, particularly our elders, begin to behave in a way that's not normal.
So that means that if you was just talking to grandma 3 days ago and she was able to remind you about some shit that happened to you when you was 5 years old, and 3 days later, she's talking in a different way, she's acting in a different way, and you feel that she need to go to the hospital, what you need to announce to them is the word delirium. Or what they'll do is, because please understand this, family, especially when they don't have top tier insurance, they're trying to get you in and get you out. So if she's acting in a way and you say, and you're not clear with them, they will give her some medicine or him some medicine and send them home. And they'll be sitting there with something that might lead up to something serious, because the reason that Kwame went on this quest was because of a simple ailment that can be misdiagnosed or missed totally in a diagnosis because the doctor don't have the right information. So, for example, urinary tract infection can cause a person to act.
The word is delirium.
Yeah,
they're in a delirium.
They're in a delirium.
And what that translates to. So, for example, Charlotte's mother is 88 years old, and the last 2 Decembers, she's had to go into the hospital for a urinary tract infection. Now, the first time, I found her on the floor in her room, and leading up to that, and this is where the delirium comes in, you know, she hadn't been moving around in the house. And, you know, I go and check on her. I'm like, Mom, you doing okay? And she would kind of grunt, you know, uh-huh. And because I know she doesn't necessarily sleep all the way through the night, you know, I'm thinking, okay, she's just getting some rest. But then, you know, I go up there, you know, a second time. And, you know, these are hours within, you know, or hours apart from each other. Mom, are you okay? You know, she gives me a little grunt. So I'm like, okay, she's still kind of asleep. And, you know, something's tickling the back of my neck, like, you know, something's not quite right, but I don't know what to make of this, right?
Right.
Then I'm in my room, in my office here, studying, and all of a sudden I hear a groaning. And so I run to the front of the house, or the kitchen. You'd have to know the layout of my house to know that it's about maybe about a good 15 yards or so. So go to the front of the house. I'm calling, Mom, where are you? You know, I go to check the chair that she was in when I had last spoken to her. She's not there. So I'm in the kitchen still, and I'm like, damn, where is she at, right? And I hear, you know, kind of moaning again. So I have to run back down the hall, and her room happens to be right across from me and Charlotte. So I run into her room and find her on the floor. And so immediately I call 911, and, you know, they find out rather quickly that it was a urinary tract infection. But the point is this: she was in a delirium. I did not have that word at my disposal. So the only thing I could tell them was that she was in a kind of lethargy all day. And then I found her as she was. But the point is that, as Brother Hatem was making out, is that urinary tract infection can be very serious. And the good thing is that when a person comes in a different mental state than what they normally show, immediately a urine test is ran to track for that. And that's because, again, the idea of delirium in the case of urinary tract infection, if it's not caught immediately, because our mother, when she made it to the hospital, she was in a septic state. In other words, her body had become toxic, and that takes people out. And so that's the important thing to remember when you find a person in such a mental state that they wasn't in, you know, the last day or so. You have to mention the word delirium, because that will then cue the medical technician, the nurses, the doctors, whoever hears that word, it sends them into a whole nother kind of mode of thinking. And they understand the immediacy of it, because organs shut down, and that's a whole nother kind of mess in and of itself. But so that's the gist. But the medical list should include, as Hatem said, the prescribed and unprescribed medication or drugs, and why you are taking them. Because some medications are treated will treat more than one thing, but in your particular case, they need to know why you are taking it. So you got it, bro.
All right. So, family, y'all got that? And like I said, you don't have to be directly aligned with us to follow that wisdom. You know what I'm saying? Being able to take care of your family. I mean, you know what I'm saying? And knowing, right? Because I get a call from work right now, and I'm away, and I'm 20 minutes away, and something is going on with my mom. I got to be able to give them some information. So I mean, this is why this is emergency preparation, being prepared. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the black cave. Black man is always supposed to be prepared.
Hatem.
Yes, sir.
I thought you said G&J wasn't working.
It's not. What you mean? I'm streaming on there? Hold on, let me check.
I mean, I'm hearing you on my computer, or
it don't look like it's
okay. No, never mind.
Don't get me excited.
I'm on the black line. I forgot
Right.
I called you from the black line.
Right, because Dentista's still working on it.
There for a moment.
We got our we got our DNS, and we got to get all that set up so that we can have the storage. And of course, I'm gonna have to expand on that. I'm figuring I might need to expand on that before the next Kwanzaa celebration, because we might got about 10 terabytes total, and 2 in the cloud. I'm gonna extend that to about 8 to 10 terabytes by hopefully this summer. After this summer, moving towards Kwanzaa season again. Because like I said, with Navita's show, Miss Tracy's supposed to be doing the show, you doing your interviews, Miss Tiandra doing her stuff, Quasi's supposed to be doing something, Tyke say he about to do something, Cleve gonna be doing editing and stuff. So we're gonna need all of the space we can get, let alone with other supporting members of our family that are going to want to upload stuff. So we're going to have to go and expand that and get it to a point where we don't have to worry about it crashing no more. But of course, that requires the support from the family, and it requires us getting inside the system and learning some stuff. You know what I'm saying? So the programmers are coming, everything is coming, and part of my journey this year is learning how to study, rest, to perfect myself. Study, rest, to perfect what I'm doing or what I have been working on for the last 7 years. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking back. I'm looking for stuff. Like right now, I was just on my computer. It's something that I had for at least 10 years that I was not using right. You know what I'm saying? I had the right idea. You know what I'm saying? Wrong method. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? And it was just brought to my attention this week. You know what I'm saying? And it runs the course. Like if you start going to our different sites, our Giami journeys and stuff like that, if you start going to all those, one of the things that I've been doing wrong is I've been spreading out everything and not having everything centralized in a sense. So as Giami, we've been spread it out. So we got the Twitter, and the Twitter take you to a certain page. We got the Instagram, and the Instagram take you to the place.
To hear the toast. I'm just kidding. Okay, you know what?
Yeah, is it a heckler? We got a heckler on the line, huh? Is the we about to get the toast, baby?
I'm just saying, you kind of long-winded, my brother.
This is what I do. I haven't been able. Listen, family, we haven't had a conversation. I want y'all to think about this. We have not really had conversation. Well, I take that back because me and Navita got on a couple of mornings, but we haven't really been able to conversate damn near since Kwanzaa. You understand? So you right. Let's get the toast. Let's call these ancestors up in here. Family, once again, let me make this as short as possible. If you have ancestors that you want to post up, by all means, you can throw them on the timeline. You go on gnj.media and you can put it on that timeline. Of course, you got to open up an account first, but you can put it on that on the Giami Journey media timeline, and we will get them. Somebody is always watching in Giami. You can inbox us on our Facebook page. You can hit up Sister Navita on her page, and she will make sure that we put them on the list. So let's get it without any further ado. It's time for us to do the toast. Yay! All right. After the ancient structures have been laid, family, we lift up our glass to the Creator by whatever name you choose to call that Creator. We call that great energy, even though we know it's all around us. The only thing that we strive to do at Giami Journey is become conscious of that energy, right? So what we want to do is become conscious of that energy, and we lift up our glass and we say our word of power here, and we say Ashe. From there, family, we move to our list of our ancestors. Let's get it, because we stand upon their shoulders. We stand up upon them. So we want to lift them up. We want to remember them. We want to plug into the wisdom that they have left us, right? And we also want to plug into the experiences that they might be throwing in our path right now, right? So we lift up our glass and we salute those ancestors. And I'm going to go down the list as far as I can, and then I'll pull a paper up. I'm trying to learn them all. We got Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert and Texana Davis, Herman Brown, Senior, Rosalie Tilly, Georgia, William Walter, Christopher Pendergast, Aunt Lean, Uncle Chris, Aunt Fiend, Cleveland, Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Jenny Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara 2X, Wash Ellis, Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallard. Man, who come after John Fallard? John Fallard. Wow, I ain't make it that far. John, my dude. That's Cleveland's godfather, by the way. One of Cleveland's godfathers. So I don't want to get jumped after I do my show and shit. John Fallard. What the hell? Jeremiah Tappan, John Fallard, Montague Pittman-El, man. Montague Pittman-El, Normal X, Pet Ma, Rob Malik Fakur, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, the Farmer, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Algeny, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro Ector, J. Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pullen, the Luxor Brothers, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Janice Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Triggs, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana, the brother Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Rinneman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend J. Smith, Lois Henderson, Kevin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, said Weller, be the farmer, I go so Sue, Sheila Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theolis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Linda Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary, Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Keisha Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Selvin Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Percy Moore, Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hitter Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavina Hall, Freeman Baxter, Mary Moss, Sophia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, Dave Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Jermaine Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernest T. Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hattie Investor, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb Rosemary Martinera, Don Mattel Wellman, Fred Douglas, Triggs II, Vina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy May Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carlos Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Didi Monares, Gina Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan. We also have William Walter West, Nigel Perez, Elder Basiji Falani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Delise Waters, DePetus Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scanterberry, Wilson Haley, Emma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Kevin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Edith Kennedy, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Naylon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann, oh man, almost made it. We made it past the seniors. Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gaston, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Kathy, Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Akabuki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word, the First Stage Trash, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Urban, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkinson Sr., M. McClendon, Jerry Doe, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Gleaves, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Ward Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Dan Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Aunt Becca, Alexander, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia and Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harritel McKay, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, at Senior Mally Miller, Housey Hashtag, Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Act Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Richard Saunders, Dorita Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Fred Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Artie Casey, Thomas Corbett, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q, Heath Senior, Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla Alberts, Motley, Geraldine, Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Urchin, Houston, Lud, Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Henry West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, and Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Greenback, Vaughn, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Remy Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Baba Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Mira Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Captain Anthony, Ruth Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Don Irvin, Haroon Phillips. Where we at? Haroon Phillips. Where are we? All right, Henry Wilson, Rufus Jigs, Minnie Wilson, Captain Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Captain Anthony, Ruth Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Don Irvin, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Irvin Sr., Michael Urban, Rosella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robert Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rashawn Easley, JaVale McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dr. Ann Reed, John Reed, Chuck Maha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Louis Fernandez, Jacqueline Broaders, Reginald Oliver, Mazarin Copeland, George Swan, Imani Gracie, Charles Scott, Charles A. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlie Morgan, Sybil Edwards, McNabb, Andy Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. We move to the Black Book. We are on Joel Giles, James Carswell, Roberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis. We got Elder Shaka McNair, Anthony Brown, Jonathan Poor, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James, Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shang, Lewis Ronald Show, Junior Damian Talbot, Stina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac, Condom, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross, Rick, Jermonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McHale, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quay Sample, Candace Simmons, Simon Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sally Garner, Milton Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lump, Elizabeth Johnson, Mr. Thornton, Johanna, Jasandra Lynette, Lewis Henderson, Mosley, Charles Jordan, Henry S. II, Fannie L. Webb, Dan Walton, LLT, Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Randolph Giles, Sonny Pete Walton, William Walton, Fred Powers, Elijah Juan Hakeem and Como, Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis, Willie R. Mackey, also known as Dr. Creamy Mackey, Victor Bowden, Trisilla Kitty Berger, Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White, Dalton Roger White, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Johnson Carl White, Desi Woods, T.L.R. Woods, Lennox Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods, Juanita Alexander Brown, Cynthia Ann Wright, Richard Dorsey, Andy Simpson, Jamira Simpson, Regina Hopkins, Joseph Simpson, Eddie Dorsey, Eleanor Hopkins, Edward Wester, Alice Wester, Ivy Wester, Arnella Willis, Ethel Lane, Samanda DeMond, Ethel Marshall. We got Steve Dougie Shelton, William, Bill Walker, Carl Rico Johnson, Kim Gray, Stuart A. Johnson, Edward Young III, Isaac Jackson Sr., Drusilla Murrow, Wayne Young, Christina Young, Thomas Young, Frank Murrow, Sylvester Foster, James Lizzie Winston, Aben Julia Lawrence, Ozell Leather Sr., Gladys Cope, Ozell Leather Jr., Geneva Jackson, R.J. Lacey, also known as Tooth the Don, Saber Winston, Chris Kinney, Margaret Mentor, Mary Smith, Juanette Florine Stith Gibbs, Carl William Duncan Jr., Janet Callahan, Danny Hill, Miko D. Nice, Andrew Martin, Mabel Williams, Terry Brown, Teresa Biddle, Lavonna Kincaid, Carla Sawyer, Reverend Jesse Porter, Deacon Ezekiel Dennis, Brenda Porter, Craig Lee Jones, Granite Bewley, Papa Al Reeson, and Inez Smith, George Gamble Sr., Joseph Garrett, LaShonda Jamar, Leroy Raleigh, Mona Yolanda Hunter, Yvonne Patrice Turner, Herman Reeves, Amanda Reeves, Josh Reeves, Lena Kate, Herman Reeves, Pam Johnson, Baron Reeves Fisher, Jerry Johnson McCallum, also known as Mama Moon, Sheila Anley, Panchita Alba, Donna Brooks, Barbara Moses, Ida Spate, Nira Branson, Eric Winston, Darren Bridges, Francisco Matisse, also known as Sonny, Charles Stevenson Jr., King Pleasant, Sarah Keat, Lena Shepard, Brett L. Willard, Mabel Haskins, Wilbur Shepard, Dennis Jackson, William Haskins, Geraldine Jackson, Henry Jackson Sr., Edward Jones, Leslie Travis, Charlize Barnes, DeJuan Lewis Taylor, Madeline Yates, June Dandridge, Daisy Woodfork, Frederick Smith, James and Amanda Baldwin, Linda Williams, Sally Williams, Vivian Stevenson, Irene Harris, Kelly Williams, Abu Scales, Pat Williams, Mrs. Bertha Walker, Tony Ogletree, Grandma Marguerite, and Tracy Emery family. We lift up our glass. We salute each and every last one of our ancestors. And for 1 second, just reflect on some wise words that might have came from one of your ancestors. Ashe. From there, family, where do we go? You know where we're going. We're going right here to the present moment, family. We want to give a round of applause to all of those Kuumba babies. It is your day. Let's go. Yeah. Clap it up for them. That's right. Kuumba baby, it is your day. And family, for those that's like, what in the hell is he talking about with Kuumba babies and all this? Family, is a very simple step. Just go to our free e-course and find out what we are about here at Gianni Journey. Find out why we do the proverbs, why we do the folk tales. Come in the moment and find out and become part of the tribe. Let's build. Right? Ain't nothing out here for us. So we got to build it ourselves, right? So family, in this moment, we are in the day of Kuumba. We are in the moment, we in the Kuumba moment, family. And I ask you to open up your reticular formation each day and go out and seek that principle. The principle today is once again Kuumba. Go out and seek Kuumba. All right? All right, so for those that don't speak the language, Kuumba means creativity. The mnemonic principle of the day is order. The color is orange, as you can see by my shirt. You get yourself one of these shirts. Well, only if you're a Kuumba baby. Well, no, you get the Daily Toaster, regardless of what day you was born on. You can dig it, but you can't get the Kuumba born unless you was born on Kuumba Day. I mean, I can't stop you, but I don't know why you want to represent somebody else's day when you have your own day, right? But anyway, some of us are different and strange. Cause and effect is the Hermetic law. Male name for the day is Kwame. Female name is Ama. And we lift up our glass and we salute the power in this moment, realizing that when we embrace the moment and embrace our power in this moment, we can make changes that will ripple throughout time. We lift up our glass and we say, Ashe. From their family, where do we go? We go to our future generations. We toast our babies, our babies' babies, our babies' babies, on to infinity, our children, on and throughout time, family. And if we're handling our business in a moment and we train our children to handle the business in their moment, we will always be here. And we lift up our glass and we say, Ashe. From there, family, we move on to all of our relations, and we lift up our glass and we say Ashe. We also send out a special shout to those that might need some energy, that might need some healing, that might need some encouragement. We lift up our glass and we send out that energy to ripple out throughout our network, and we say Ashe. From there, family, we move on and we lift up that selfish toast. It's time for the selfish toast. It's time for you to think about you. What is it that you need in this moment right now to move towards your greatness? Because when you become greater, you make your tribe greater. When you become greater, you make your family greater. When you become greater, you make your village greater. When you become greater, you know what I'm saying? It all starts with you. And this is what we're going to be talking about in that 1 minute of nation building and shit. You know what I'm saying? Those things that we could do to make ourselves better. So what is it that you need right now in this moment to be able to move, to become the greater you, so that you can enhance the whole? We lift up our glass and we say, Ashe. From there, family, we move to that tribal toast. Family, tribe is very important. What tribe do you belong to? Who is your accountability group that can hold you and kind of help support you and your family? Who is that tribe that you belong to? Mine is Giami. I'm lifting mine up. Lift up your tribe and say it out loud. All right, Ashe. From there, family, last but not least, we want to do a toast to the most magnificent. You heard me. The most magnificent, beautiful, wise, bravest, right? Most upstanding, outstanding, inspiring, motivational individual in the room right now. I'm lifting my glass up to you and we say Ashe. Oh, Ashe. Ashe. Family, I wish you peace, power, joy, and 100 years. And as we say in Giami, family, in this toast with the famous term that was thrown out by Brother Kwame, the Black Yoda himself, cat in, because this is our thing, and each day we do it, it becomes stronger and stronger, moving towards being totally 100% our thing. We're going to toast and we drink. God damn, that watermelon is good. I got to brew some more. But hey, family, give me a second to get some stuff set up. I'm going to put y'all on the opening scene, and we will be right back, and we will have our conversation. Call lines open, 614-556-4535. Once again, caller lines are open.
and sisters, take a little time to really look at one another, then ask yourself, can we really afford to lose one another? We must understand that we are all we got. We're forgetting our past, blinded by crack and gun smoke. We must turn that mess around and make the other man choke. Down in flames, like the Hindenburg. One day I opened my ears. You wouldn't believe what I heard. They say your word ain't. See, you promised us great things, but only giving us a little bit. I keep your Star-Struck hat as a souvenir. The uncle is dead, but I'm not even gonna shed a tear. See, right now you're the big fish, but I'm the genie in the land, and you get no wish. Usually you get 3, but I'm taking 1 plus the 2 that you owe me. It's so hard to feel proud. While I shed a tear, you're still talking loud. I'll never get on a boat with the man, because it reminds me of that great master plan. Oh, I haven't forgotten the last cruise we took. We end up picking cotton. You tried to play me out like a sucker, but I survived to take back what's mine, your mother. So repay your debt to us. Mama so light, cause all the nuts that you busted. You violated our blood and plagued us with acne. So who's the real savage race? Please tell me, what race is really your mind state? So the mess you bumped up is the mess you're gonna have to face. See why I'm so upset? Because you brainwashed my people, talking up the side of your neck. So I just sit back and light up a stand so to deal with the pains and the rage in the ghetto. Who really knows what tomorrow's gonna bring? Our heads are filled with these false hopes and dark dreams. The rage in the ghetto, it drives me to chaos. Brothers talk they mess and get tossed. See, deep down inside, I wanna change, but it's hard as hell to remove these chains on my brain. You got me thinking that I'm less than I really am. Put up a 10-foot pole and impale sand. The rage in my mind, it keeps me from crying, but inside I'm slowly dying. Because I don't know who I am, so I pick up an idol and become his biggest fan. Pattern myself to be just like Jack. I can have a big Cadillac, slinging crack. Invest seriously, and then I start rolling hard, and the rest is history. We're very secure, got a few keys and holding G's. Nobody can be trusted. I see with a shotgun and in my jock strap a small gap, because I'm so damn scared. Walk the streets alone at night, I wouldn't dare. Will I make it to 21? I'm only 19, my life has just begun. I got snatched up by the feds, I was slapped around, then assigned a concrete bed, and now I'm behind bars. Yesterday was the last day I would see stars, and now I'm feeling sorry, cause everything I ever did is coming back to haunt me. I'm crouched in a corner, hugging my knees. I'll be 37
by the time that I'm free. I got enough bed sheet.
I'll make me a nice little noose and I'm out.
What?
One hell of a future.
Oh man.
I fell into the hands of the plan and
now it's over.
The rage inside is still alive. And we'll survive until I die. And if that's tomorrow,
oh, we back up. The flag is flying.
My heart was filled with sorrow.
Salute the flag. Gianni Journey!
Of the rage in the ghetto.
It's time for us to have some talk. Lines are open. 614-556-4535. We got we had 2 people on the line. Oh, it's just us. Just you and I. You and I. You and I. Hey. You and I, hey.
Little shout out to the underground. Took me in and gave me some knowledge. And now I'm ready. Heads up with the devil.
Oh man, I'm phasing in. Need some more spiritual energy. The family out there, I know y'all can't get to us on Facebook. I know the world is working against us, but shit, we still always manage to come through. Brother Ashibu, dropping those legs. It's been almost 30 years. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? I wonder where they at. We are back, family. We are back. We are up. We are live. We are live. And let's do that full screen right now. Let's do that full screen. Yep, we gonna transition in. Oh man, family. Black Line is open. 455 and time. I just need rest. I'm on 7. I'm steady resting and perfecting myself and perfecting my skills. GNJ.media is the home. And of course, y'all know we got to go on to the news scene. We're going to strike up the news scene real quick. I'm going to open up the lines. The lines are opened up. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's make that transition. We're going to bust it out. We're busted out on the funk. We're busted out on some serious funk. All right, family. Now, one question I'm throwing out there. Old school question. This for the old school music listeners. Name a couple of songs that you like, that you love, that somebody came and remade. They did a remake and it was better. Right? Songs that you like and somebody did a remake and the remake was better. Right? I'll give you an example. Here's my example. You ready? Here's my example. Lines are opening up again. I'm opening up the lines.
This call may be recorded or transcribed.
Oh, shit. I called in on my own call. Kind of shit is that? Called in on my own call. One of us got to go. How am I going to do that? All right, I'm just going to shut it down and start over. I'm going to lead call. And we're going to just go and start over. All right, we're going to go to the Uber conference. Go on, let us in. Black line open, 614-556-4535. Damn, I'm still on. Let's see. I don't want to be on it 3 times. We don't want to do 3 times. I guess I should have ended the call, right? That's what I should have did. See, now it's confused. The whole system is confused. Give me a second on the call-in line. Here we go. Luther Vandross versus People Bryant. A home is still a home. Oh, all right, Kwame. Now, that song, A Home is Still a Home. Are you talking about, but that song might have been a remake that Luther did. You think People Bryson did a better job on that? Now, mine's is Strange Fruit. Nina Simone put her foot in that shit. I'm just saying. Nina Simone put her foot in that shit. Another one that somebody brought to my attention a while ago was Ribbon in the Sky by Stevie Wonder, but when it was done, they feel that it was done better by JoJo and I can't remember the name. The boys from Jodeci. All right, come on with the line. What's going on with the line? I got to get it fixed. I done broke the line, family. We're going to have to go in and I'm going to see what's going on. Let's see if we can get it back up. They won't let me back in my own goddamn conference call. There we go. All right. Okay. All right, we got Kwame and Sister Navita up on the line. At least they said it was up on the line.
This call may be recorded or transcribed.
God damn, I'm on here 3 times. Let me end this call. I done called myself 3 times. I'm a bad motherfucker, boy. Called myself 3 times. In conference. I'm ending the conference call, and I'm going to do another one. We're going to just cut that off, and we're going to open up another one. People did the original, and Vandross brought it home. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. But, like I said, any other ones, if you got some, call in and let us know. But let's go on through some of the news that's up on Gianni Journey. Somebody else might. I don't even know if y'all could post. They won't even let me promote. Like I said, they don't even want Gianni money. Watch this. Watch this. I'm going to promote it. I'm trying to promote it. Look, nothing. And when you let us promote, we ain't want your money. You been jailed for some bullshit. All right, get your Kuumba Born shirt. I don't even know if they'll let y'all buy the shirts now. You gonna get your Kuumba Born shirt. This is the link that we share with people so that they get on the show. You know, speak your mind, let us know. Only 5 out of the 9 that we're streaming on are live. You can catch us on the Vita, Sister Navita's page on Facebook for those that like the flexibility of Facebook. So here we go. But how cool today? My sun is setting, and I must prepare for night, leaving legacy. Right? Now I ain't gonna go into that one in depth. Haku by Hatim. All right, let's go. All right, NBCNews.com reports that Federico Klein, former Trump appointee charged in Capitol riots, won't jail cell without cockroaches. White privilege is a motherfucker. I could demand, look, I know I'm going to jail, but I want a jail without cockroaches. Let's go and read what Federico's saying here. Because, you know, I got a couple people that I need to write to so that they can start demanding their rights. Since people are just so freely being able to take trips while they got trials going on for insurrection, for treason against the United States of America. They could travel outside the country and get married, travel outside the country for a business trip and shit like that. And we got brothers that can't even leave their goddamn house because they got a traffic violation or they got a child support case up on them. And they can't, they can't walk into court and ask for some shit like this. But if they can, I want to know. Let's go and look. FBI said in court documents that Klein can be seen on video taken during the siege, resisting police officers and assaulting them with a riot shield. A former Trump political appointee charged with battling police during the Capitol riot told a federal judge his jail cell is crawling with insects. Federico Klein, 42, was arrested Thursday. Or for us, Ujamaa, but I'm reading this, so I'm not doing no push-ups for that. And was held at the Washington, D.C. jail during a brief court appearance by telephone Friday afternoon. And that's near afternoon, but I ain't doing push-ups for that. I might do some. I need some push-ups. He was advised with 6 charges against him, 2 of which carry a maximum of 20 years in prison. A hearing was set for Kuji Chagalia, March 9th, on whether he must be detained pending trial. When told he will remain in custody until next week's hearing, he said, I'm wondering if there's a place that I could stay in detention where I don't have cockroaches crawling everywhere. While I attempt to sleep, I haven't slept very much. Your Honor, I haven't had a lot of sleep because of the cockroaches in the prison cell that everybody else is dealing with. I'm just wondering, is there some other type of facility that y'all have for me to be comfortable while I am repaying my crime to society? Brother Kwame says it's arguable whether it's better, but lean on me. Each in its time was something to be reckoned. Uh-oh. A public defender assured him he would be in a different cell by near night. Wow. They got, look, here's the picture of him. Look, there you go right there with the Trump hat on and everything, right? Part of an insurrection. Now, what happens when individuals can see what happens to another individual for doing something this heinous, and he is able to make claims like this in court, make requests like this in court, and get the treatment that he feels he deserves? That's right. More bullshit. More shit going down. All right, let's go on. Let's see the next article. Let's see what DJ Academics talking about. Academics claim Jay-Z uses black-owned as a bait and switch business move. Y'all think DJ Academic is the only one that was thinking about this shit? But because a lot of times, there's a lot of shit that we don't talk about in our community because we don't want to call the shit out and put a light on it, right? To put a light on it. But I have heard other complaints, like, for example, with Tidal. Jay-Z says black owned, but then you got to ask the question, how many black people work there? Same thing with the brother that brought the court case against the United States. What's his name? Byron Allen. You know what I'm saying? The question we have to start asking is that when these individuals are talking about black ownership, see, because one of the things we got to be clear on is that black ownership in today's society is not enough. How many black folks are actually benefiting from these businesses? Because they could post any of us up as a black owner. You know what I'm saying? An owner don't necessarily even have to know what the fuck he doing. He got to have competent people up under him that know what they're doing to keep the business alive. So they could just put you up as a front and get over on the fact that they're minority owned. So let's see if what Jay-Z is talking about, because let's see what DJ Academic is on here. The blogger praised Jay as a businessman, but disagreed with how Hov allegedly acquires black consumers before selling off companies to white people. Ooh. You know, I used to listen to DJ Academics, but, you know, a lot of times I can't really get caught up into the fuckery. You know what I'm saying? Because DJ Academics built up his platform off of tracking the fuckery of these MCs in the game, the fuckery of a lot of the shit going on in hip-hop. No shade, but that's what it is. It's fuckery, right? And fuckery attracts attention. And that type of attention I don't want to bring to Giambi, because those type of people will not really be in support of what we do. I'm just saying. But that's me. Anytime Jay-Z makes a business move, the rap mogul intentions are called into question. It happened when he announced he would be purchasing Tidal. It occurred when he announced his partnership with the NFL. And new conversations are being had now that it has been shared that Jay and Jack Dorsey have worked out a monumental deal for Square, Inc. to acquire the majority stake in Tidal, a handshake that reportedly made Jay-Z nearly $300 million richer. However, Academic has a bone to pick with Jay-Z, as the blogger calls him out for allegedly playing both sides of the field. You know, a lot of us say, oh, that's good business. But is it good business? Are we really benefiting as a group? You know what I'm saying? I know everybody can't benefit, but, you know, I'm quite sure Jay-Z's circle is eating well. You know what I'm saying? But how does that spill over into the community? You know what I'm saying? These are questions that we got to ask. How's this shit spilling over into the community? Same thing, not with Jay-Z, but let's look at a lot of other so-called folks that's doing, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I mean, like with Robert Smith. We never heard of him, but the first move that he did to get notoriety in our community was what? Can anybody tell me? The first thing he did in our community getting notoriety was that he changed a whole graduating class from a HBCU's lives. Because he paid for every last one of their tuition. That made a major mark. That was a major, in a sense, business move that benefits not only his inner circle by the publicity and some of the other things that might be happening to make all that happen, but they are unleashing what's upwards over 200, between 200 and 500. They're liberating 200 to 500 people from a life-crushing debt. All right, but let's go and read. Let's see what Jay-Z, the business mogul, right? After praising Jay as a great businessman, Academic had a few criticisms for the Rock Nation's mogul. And forgive me, let me go back up to the top, because I didn't let y'all know where this is from, just in case you want to go and support this magazine. This is by Erica Marie, and this is from a magazine called HNHH. I can't remember what that stands for, so let's go back down. He said it was after praising Jay-Z as a great businessman, Academic had a few criticisms for Rock Nation mogul. Jay-Z bought a company. He said it was for black creators. He said people shouldn't support Apple and Spotify because they're white-owned. And he wanted to have something for the culture, for the artists, by the artists, and he wanted to keep it black-owned. And he wanted to do it that way. He did many B-side concerts and shit like that, talking about black excellence, black power, You should support him because he owned a black business, even though we found out later when they went to Sweden at Tidal headquarters, pretty much not one of the employees or higher executive people at Tidal were black. Many of us knew this. We know this. We overlooked it. We ain't want to bring it up, bring it into conversations. So, my hat goes off to Brother Academic for bringing something like this out and bringing it to the forefront and bringing it to his audience. Because who is his audience? His audience is a lot of young people that are really into the hip hop piece. So in a sense, he is kind of putting his whole piece on the line to kind of bring out this point. He brought out the positive. Oh yes, he's a great businessman, right? But the question of whether he's a businessman for the people, a businessman for the people, by the people, is that the type of creator? Is that the type of entrepreneur that he is? Because we need individuals looking out for us as a group. And although you can't touch the group, there are small gestures and small things that you could do that will have a butterfly effect on everything around you. Let's say Jay-Z ain't got enough money to pay for a whole graduating class. Is it a possibility that he could bring 10 or 20 young black individuals into the backside of Rockefeller, not the spotlight piece, but the place where the money is really made, and train them up? Maybe he's doing it. I don't know. Maybe some of y'all out there know, right? But these are the type of things that we have to really start holding. Some of those that use our culture to make themselves rich and not make their communities rich, make their families rich, but not make a tribe rich. See, because the issue that we always got to wrestle with, family, is that, richness is an individual thing. Wealth is a community property. You know what I'm saying? I heard somebody say a while ago, a lot of people be complaining about that it's lonely at the top. You know what I'm saying? And they turned around and said, well, asshole, it's your fault because you went up there by yourself. And it's hard to stay on top when you're by yourself. See, because you always need people that's going to be willing to defend you, to back up some of your investment and some of your power moves, and in some cases to even fall on the sword for you when it's necessary, right? But hey, I'm just saying. But I'm just an old man screaming. Academics noted that Jay made a Tidal deal with Sprint, where he reportedly walked away hundreds of millions, and now the remainder of his shares now being belong to Square. The black-owned Tidal is now owned by Jack Dorsey, the white man. He accused Jay-Z of being a bait-and-switch businessman, adding, "That's the only thing I don't like about the way he does things. Bait and switch. You throw the bait out, and right when the thing is about to go on and try to get it, you switch it out for something less valuable." Right? You get the attention, boom, and then as the thing is about to get it, you switch it out. And if they want to get this thing that's a little bit more that was valuable, you know what I'm saying? So who is he baiting and switching? He baiting and switching us. And in a sense, what DJ Academic is accusing him of is that he's using us to bait and switch because it's black owned. Black owned is no longer enough, family. We need individuals that's in the leadership of the thing to be us. We need a large portion of the workforce to be us before people will start running around talking about that is black owned. You know what I'm saying? Once again, that's that border shit. It's certain things that when you have borders, certain things that when you have certain power, it's certain things that people can't say or do. But who's protecting our borders? You know what I'm saying? A lot of the warriors that's supposed to be protecting our borders, where they at? They out in the streets, beefing over blocks and shit. That don't even belong to us. All right. He's not doing it for black people. He's doing it for his own selfish means, Academic stated. Swipe below to check out more Academic analyzing Jay-Z's moves and let us know if you agree or disagree. Now, DJ academic shit ain't usually long. So we're going to go and call fair use, and we're going to go and play and
I
see.
respect Jay-Z's business model. I think he's a great businessman. I do look at people just blindly sucking him off and basically saying, yo, just look at this, man. Jay-Z bought a company. He said it was for black creators. He said people shouldn't support Apple and Spotify because they're white-owned. And he wanted to have something for the culture, for the artists, by the artists. And he wanted to keep it black-owned, and he wanted to do it that way. He did many B-side concerts and shit like that, talking about black excellence, black power. You should support him because he was running a black business, even though we found out later when they went to Sweden at the Tidal headquarters, pretty much not one of the employees or the higher executive people at Tidal were black. It was pretty much only Jay-Z, right? However, it was still preached and put forth to us as this is black excellence. You guys support it if you support black people. Well, Jay-Z sold a third of the shares to Sprint about a year or two ago.
Straight from DJ Academics. Now, he spends time in this place, in that world. I'm not in that world like that. He spends time writing about this world. He done built a whole platform off of writing about that world. And he's pointing out something. What do y'all think? Anybody out there want to call in? Hold on. Let's see. Brother Kwame, I believe that children are the future. Don't know who sang it originally, but yeah, you're right. Whitney did tear that up. Sister Navita can hear Nina Simone quite well. It sounds great in the voice of Tony the Tiger. Damn. The hell? All right, let's go to the next article. And how y'all agree? Who agree with DJ Academics? Who disagree with DJ Academics? Let's keep it moving. Let's take a look. Everything you need to know about NFTs, the crypto art selling for millions. This is Esquire.com. I don't know if they're going to let us go on and peruse it, you know. So we're going to pull it up and see what's going on here. What are NFTs? Uh-oh, we got a caller. So I'm going to stop because I'm quite sure somebody has a comment about what we just was talking about. What's going on, Abstract Rapper? What's going on?
Nothing. I just called. I'm catching back in. I had a phone call come in, so I'm trying to catch back up into the timeline.
All right, so now.
Go ahead. I'll be in. I'm about to mute the phone and listen.
All right, cool. So we're going to keep it moving. But the subject that we just covered, I think you would have liked, is a brother by the name of DJ Academics is claiming that Jay-Z, rather than, in a sense, supporting black businesses, exploiting the term black business and just making money for himself. You know what I'm saying? We just played the thing, so hopefully you can catch up on that later. But now let's go back to this next news piece. Now, family, I know y'all like now because I'm not telling everybody to run out and get crypto. Now, although I do have some crypto and I've been investing in crypto off and on for a few years, I didn't get into it early. Now, first off, I'm going to say this. We're getting into crypto pretty late, but, you know, considering the fact that maybe 3-4 years ago when it was at $10,000, people thought they got in late. So anybody that bought some crypto, some Bitcoin 3 to 4 years ago, your small investments or large investments that you made has grown 4 times. So I don't think it's too late for crypto. Some people that are bullish on it are saying a crypto or Bitcoin.
No, I don't think it is.
Huh? Say again?
I was watching the show yesterday on Craig Facts, and the dude is supposed to be his specialty is cryptocurrency and Bitcoin and whatnot. And he said if you invested, I want to say, he said 10 years ago, if you invested, was it $100 in Bitcoin?
Mm-hmm.
You would have $100,000 today.
Right.
Or something to that effect. Or $10, you would have $100,000 today. I was like, dang.
Yeah. See, and the piece that we missing is that many of us wouldn't have heard of Bitcoin 10 years ago unless we were nerds or had very nerdy friends. I had a nerdy friend who would kick your ass, but he was buying Bitcoin. Now, and he kind of told me about it. I didn't understand the concept, but let me explain the concept to you let me explain it from a High Tim perspective. This is High Tim's perspective. So Gold is a commodity. Now let me, because gold, outside of its beauty, has no industrial use whatsoever. You can't eat that shit. You understand? The value of gold is purely on how it looks and how hard or how rare it really is. And in order to get the gold, you got to extend energy to get the gold. And the value of it is on people looking and be like, ooh, this is rare. I don't see this a lot. That was what gold value is based on. Now let's compare that to Bitcoin. And let's compare that to some of these other coins. But now, I focus on Bitcoin because Bitcoin is more unique than any of the other cryptocurrencies out there. What makes Bitcoin more special than all the other coins? Because nobody has identified who created Bitcoin. I don't know if people understand the power of that shit. I don't know if you understand the power of that shit. But nobody knows who created Bitcoin. Somebody wrote this thing called a white paper that circulated in the nerd community, and nerds started believing in this and started mining. Now, what do we mean when we say mining? They basically have a mathematical equation or something very complicated that you have to extend resources to get the answer to this problem that takes a lot of resources to do. So you literally mine it. And once you get it, you get to hold it and have it because it belongs to you. And you could trade what you have mined, what you have put your time and effort into getting, and trade it. So for me, there is no difference between Bitcoin and gold, except the fact is that I can't materially touch Bitcoin. But it's the same process and it serves the same purpose because gold has no use outside of shining. That's it. So all those people that's talking about gold is real, we got to understand that it's a possibility that we are in the midst of a shift in our economic understanding. More and more people are understanding every day that the only thing that gives the money in your pocket the value is your belief in it. The only thing that gives gold the value in it is your belief in it and the idea that it's rare. Bitcoin is rare and people believe in it. So right now at 50,000 family, I'm thinking that you could have at least another flip. And with Bitcoin, the way they got it right now, family, you can invest dollars in it. You go onto your Instagram, not your Instagram, you go onto your Cash App right now and buy $1 worth of Bitcoin.
You have to buy a $10 minimum.
No, you on not on the Cash App.
Okay. I just did it yesterday. That dollar is shaded.
Oh, they shaded the dollar? So now you can't buy $1 worth no more. Okay, cool. You know, actually, let me where my phone at? Phone! Where you at?
But it says minimum $10.
All right. Well, I'm due. I'm due to buy some.
You can even do a reoccurring amount out of every check.
Right.
Every 2 weeks or whatever.
Now, what we're going to have Dentista come on here and talk to us about is how, because now Cash App has made it possible for you to buy it and to extract your Bitcoin off of their system and put it in another form to where only you have access to it. And that's the other piece about these coins. A lot of people think that it just have to stay there. No, there's other ways and other places that you can store your Bitcoin to keep it safe. And so what we're going to have Dentista come on the show and talk about is how to do that for those of us that's making these investments. So I'm pulling up my Cash App because Navita said that you can only, they shaded out the dollar piece. So when you go to your Cash App, at the bottom, you have the cash, and then on your right-hand side, there's a thing that has a funny coin and a wiggly line on it. You click on it, and that takes you to your stock and your Bitcoin. So now, you go to your Bitcoin, and you buy it. Boom. Now, mine say I could buy $1 worth. So let me see if they gonna let me buy $1 worth. They don't trust you, Navita.
I was just on there yesterday, and it said $10 minimum. I remember.
I ain't gonna show my
and
shit.
My dollar was there.
They don't trust you, Navita. I just bought $1 worth.
Well, maybe that's because I was doing the reoccurring. Maybe that's what it is.
Oh, maybe on the reoccurring. You know what? Maybe on the reoccurring, you're right. And maybe I might need to do a reoccurring. So also, there's other coins that you can look at too. Ethereum is real good because a lot of stuff is built on top of that. But now, bringing it back to this piece right here, everything you need to know about NFTs, which is non-fungible tokens. Now, these are, in a sense, tokens, or because you don't want to call them coins. It's like, because like for example, you got a coin that's a 25-cent thing, but then you go to the game room and you could buy a token. A token is a stand-in for a coin, right? So you could buy.
It's digital, right? Those are digital.
It's digital. So you have artists and creators that are now building on top of the I can't remember what it's called. We'll get into it. They're building on top of cryptocurrency. They're building on top of the blockchain. Images, books, music.
So, like, if you're LeBron James,
right,
and somebody has some exclusive clips of LeBron James doing something or rather, you can sell that.
You can sell it,
and then it'll be exclusively owned by you.
Exclusively. So every time it's shown, guess who get paid, right? Or you can just hold it. Now, this concept, this idea before blockchain was done by the Wu-Tang Clan. For all you Wu-Tang fans, Wu-Tang supposedly recorded an album that they sold for, I can't remember how many millions of dollars.
It was $3 million.
$3 million. And only one person had it. Now you could do albums and have exclusive albums that individuals can buy from you, or exclusive mix that people can buy and say, I'm the only one with this. If you want to hear this, we can make a digital transfer and you transfer me a certain amount of money. I will transfer it to you and it will show that it's your ownership and you can do whatever you want with it. Dope. You know what I'm saying? Or you could be an artist and have pictures, or you could, like, I could do my haikus. I could put my haikus as non-fungible tokens and sell those motherfuckers. Ooh. Everything you need to know. Shit, uh-oh. Just came up with a thought. Like this little cat right here. This little cat probably sold, I don't even know how much, but this cat sold for a lot of money. More than I make in a year. Let's just put that way. Here's the riddle. Let me go on back. This is Esquire magazine. This is Ann and Grace Lee. This was published on March the 5th. Everything you need to know about NFTs to crypto art selling for millions. Now, family. And this is where I want us to get out of. First off, I want us to start looking at this from a different perspective. Many of us want to get in on the millions part without going through the building up part. Now, this is the issue. When Bitcoin was at 5,000, when I probably first started buying it, right? I should have got into the mining side of Bitcoin. We want to be on the glamour side. We don't want to be on the producing side. See, because there are individuals who have their whole basement filled with equipment, burning up thousands of dollars of electricity every day, mining coins. China has whole blocks, whole cities dedicated to mining Bitcoin right now. Right? We're getting in many cases, we're getting on the wrong side. Do you know how to build on top of the blockchain? Do your kids know how to build on top of the blockchain? Because the blockchain is part of the future technology that we're going to have to start learning how to use. And learning how to use it intimately. Right? But anyway, let's go. Here's the riddle. What features a naked former president lying prostrate in the grass, cannot be touched or held in your hands, It's free to download for anyone with the internet connection and costs millions of dollars. Answer the digital artist Beeple's NFT piece Crossroad, which recently sold for $6.6 million, making history as the most expensive digital art sale ever made. If this is information leaves your brain in total shambles, you're not alone. The burgeoning market for NFTs or non-fungible tokens is turning the art, music, and finance worlds upside down. This week, Grimes sold almost 6 million of her digital art rendering of tattooed, spear-wielding cherubs floating in purple-hued post-apocalyptic ruins. As NFTs, for those that don't know, Grimes is Elon Musk's baby's mama or girlfriend. I don't know if they still together, whatever. I don't know what title she has, but all right. But anyway, Christie is currently auctioning their first digital-only work of art, a mosaic of 5,000 pieces called Every Days by Beeple. And at time of writing, the current bid for the piece stands at $3.5 million. It started at $100, family, right? So in this article, they talk to you about tell you what NFTs are, how are they created, and how to buy them, how to make and sell NFTs. You've gone through this article and get the basic information, and if you have a son or a daughter with an artistic lane that is creative, they can start creating NFTs. And if you don't sell them, you always have NFTs and you always have ownership of it. Gianni Journey is about to get in the NFT business. Once somebody within the family has time to go on and memorize and learn how to do this shit, you know what I'm saying? Because, hey, I would love for on my deathbed, when I'm dead and gone, that one of the Gianni members is able to sell one of my crazy ass haikus for $100 million or some shit like that. But anyway, one can dream. Full stop, casually anti-black behavior. You need to quit now. This right here was a nice little article. I just want to go through it. So, for those people that want to be allies for us as black folks, allies to your family, allies to your tribe, it looks like, I don't see where it's coming from. Oh, this is Medium. This is Sharee. All right, on Medium. So she's talking about behaviors that so-called allies need to stop. 1, don't co-opt phrases like black excellence, black girl magic, or black boy joy, or anything similar to those phrases. Stop hijacking our shit, first off. Don't swoop in with your black trivia facts to try to outdo us. Number 3, don't claim... Go ahead.
Wait. So, what about if we have a black person on the Black History Month trivia question?
Well, this is for allies. So what this means is, like, for example, we're having a discussion about a serious matter, and we have a disagreement, and a motherfucker throws out, and you probably been in meetings like this, where motherfuckers throw out black trivia to kind of shut everybody up because I know a little bit more of the history than you. Your own history. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes. Like, how the hell you going to? Well, actually.
There you go. I had one of my.
Actually, what happened was, I'm like, well, actually, you just been reading your white history and not a different pools of where you're pulling your history from. You're just pulling your history from a agenda-based source. But that's how they pull their shit from the agenda-based source and come at you like, oh, well, actually, that's not true.
But now it's some that pull from some of the same sources that we're using. They just try to one up you, and because they happen to know this trivia at issue. See, because what we got to understand, history informs us on how or what may be coming in the future, but history does not necessarily determine the action that we may need to take, because the strategies of the enemy may be different. You understand what I'm saying? So some people try to impress, whether they're allies or in a circle, with what you know. But the issue for me has always been, because one of the reasons I kind of went separate ways with certain individuals when I was younger was that they were so focused on history that they wasn't able to really do anything in the present moment. You understand what I'm saying? We call it practical use of African wisdom. You know what I'm saying? If the
Right.
history that you have and that you're able to quote is not helping you in your life and helping you in your family life and helping us in the tribe life, man, fuck that shit. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's beautiful to know how many blocks is in the pyramid. That's nice, and it's nice to know that the pyramids are aligned at a certain point in time, and that the pyramids were supposedly built from the top to the bottom, which I don't understand. You know, maybe my mind is too small and feeble to understand that, but nigga, we in the place that we don't own having a meeting about improving our lives. What good is that information going to do us? One-upsmanship. Number 3, don't claim to be an ally if you're not an ally for everybody. Black people can identify in a variety of ways, so when you claim to support Black Lives Matter but then are openly homophobic, transphobic, sexist, racist against other people of color, and so on, it shows us that you're only a fake ally for the few people that fit into your narrow view of blackness. All right, Navita, what you doing right now? I need some help.
I'm reading. I'm sitting here watching on the screen what you just
All right,
read.
I need some help because I'm old. I drunk all this damn water. I'm drinking this coffee. Need I say anything?
You don't know what transphobic is? You know what transphobic is.
I know what transphobic is. I need you to hold the people's attention for 3 minutes. Can you do it?
Okay, God, go on.
You got it. Peace.
So can everybody hear me? Well, I guess they can hear me. So anyway, we just went over number 3, which I find very interesting, and I'm going to read it back. It says, don't claim to be an ally if you're not an ally for everybody. Not everybody in every race, but Black people, everybody is what she's saying. Black people can identify in a variety of ways, so you can claim to support Black Lives Matter, but then you may not support Black people who are part of the LGBTQ or trans or gay, and yet there you say Black Lives Matter, but she's saying Black lives only matter when they fit into your paradigm of what is quote unquote, I'm gonna say proper Blackness. That's why I always say with the LGBTQ community, and I understand why some, Black people that are fall in those categories, cling to that. But I really would like to see our trans Blacks, our homo Blacks, lesbian Blacks, whatever you may be or how you identify, I would like to see us all be Black together. And there would be, and all embrace each other together, and there would be no need for the Black LGBTQ part, because I think that the so-called ally they don't even respect that part of those organizations. Okay, good. You're back. You're back.
Man,
He's back.
Give us Sister Navita a round of applause. Oh, down the Black man. Shit. Black man with the weak bladder. Listen. Family. You know what I'm saying? This is on here. And, like I said, because we need to go through these points and talk about whether we agree with them or we disagree with them. See, because this.
Okay, so we on number 4 now.
We on number.
I just went over number 3 and gave an explanation
was you able
example.
To read it? You can see it?
Okay, it's on my TV screen.
Oh shit, okay. All right, don't tone police us. I'm laughing because not only do allies do this, but we do this. Don't tone police us.
What do you mean by tone police, Brother Hot Tim?
Well, actually, you kind of experience it. I kind of experience it because, we express ourselves with cussing and shit. You know what I'm saying? So, that's kind of toning police. We get to have feelings, and you swooping in from your place of privilege to tell us how to behave will never be a good look, ever. If you disagree with the way a Black person is reacting to current events, politicians, a TV trend, etc., then keep it to yourself. right? So now,
And
go ahead.
we are reading the book Weapons of Whiteness by Catrice Jackson. I recommend that everybody who's listening pick up the book. Now, something we talked about last night was she read, though this is supposed to be fake, but she addressed that the Willie Lynch letter, and there was a portion of it where it said how they broke the woman and the man, and then when the woman had her offspring, she taught her offspring, don't do this, don't do that, and then it kind of morphed into, what do you want to say? What does it say? Tone watching, even.
Right.
So
right.
it kind of, and which is something, which is when you trickle it down, was a product that was really ingrained in us in slavery. So now, when you hear a person who may be reacting a certain way, you may say, a lot of times, even our own people will say, like, "Oh my
Tone
gosh,
it down.
you need to tone it down."
You need to tone it
You
down.
know what I'm saying?
No,
You need to tone it down.
People can't
You're
hear
being
you.
too aggressive. And all
Right.
that stuff was something that was taught to us, like, don't rock the boat now.
Right.
You rocking the boat. And so then just go ahead and let it go with the flow. Don't be resisting. Don't be, So I think that kind of fits into this, though, like you said, tone it down.
You need the
that shit
tone
down.
switch. What is it? No, you need the code switch. You know what I'm saying? See, because people don't want us to be authentic in what we're feeling and what we're doing. There's a certain way that we are supposed to do it in a society, when a certain way that we are supposed to do it in a society does not work for us. For example, the first story we covered, what would be the reaction? It wouldn't even make the paper if a black man who was being hauled to jail, if Bill Cosby was to say, look, I don't want to be in a prison with cockroaches and shit. You know what I'm saying? If he said that shit, that shit wouldn't even make the papers.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like we are not allowed, nor is our authenticity allowed to, in a sense, be projected or magnified by the outside media. So we not only is the outside is watching us, we also have the insiders that are watching us, because this is why I say it's important that we draw our borders, because there's certain shit you could do and certain shit you can't do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's everywhere. That's everywhere.
Number 5.
Don't ask black people to explain things you don't want to look up. And that's now, but then that happens inside.
Do the research.
Do the
Stop
research.
asking black people to explain things to you when the internet is right there. Find a legitimate source and educate yourself. Your laziness shouldn't ever require us to labor for you. Remember that.
And inside too, we do the same shit. Don't do that thing where you act like you want to help us by giving us unsolicited advice and then get mad when we don't want it. Man. All right, hold on. Brother Kwame said, talking about DJ Academic, said that brother's on point. He says, let her know her Nina Simone PowerPoint plays well. Kwame was able to play it. I wasn't able to play it because I was trying to do it. I don't have PowerPoint on my thing. He said the minimum for the recurring investment is $10 minimum. That article was written by one of the Oberlin alum. It was a response to allies showing their true colors.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Right.
Oberlin alum.
Number 7. Don't tell us where we're wrong about something being racist.
Oh, I hate that shit. That's not racist. How the fuck you gonna tell me what's racist?
There you go.
And but that's what Tariq Nasheed calls it. That's that I'm white and I say so syndrome.
I'm white and I say so. Number 8, don't try to equate the black experience to stuff you gone through as a white person. I know every last one of us been through that shit.
Well, the Irish was enslaved too. My great-grandparents was Irish, and they were slaves too. When my father came over here, he ain't had nothing. He was an Irish immigrant.
Started with nothing. It started with nothing.
No one gave him anything.
No, he didn't have no handouts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's something that all of us deal with. I
we always
had
get
an
the
issue.
Irish struggle. For those who have read history, they love to throw that Irish struggle out there.
I mean, hell, we get the same thing with Asians. Oh, my came over here with a quarter in his pocket. You know what I'm saying?
The railroads was built by the Asians.
Right, some shit, right.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And it's like, so then we get into competing with the suffering, and then so what people want to do is they want to shut down our shit. Family, please understand it's all about shutting down your shit because everybody else got complaints and got handouts. So stop the bullshit.
Handouts.
Stop the
bullshit. So they want to minimize your Holocaust.
Right.
So that they don't have to pay you.
Let's don't call it.
So you can't get paid.
It wasn't a handout. It was a hand up. So somebody's hand came down and allowed them to step on your goddamn back. Here, let me help you on these Negroes' backs. Come on now. We can't continue being the stepping stool. That shit is no longer acceptable. You know what I'm saying? All right, number 9. Don't tell us we're being sensitive, especially when we bring up issues you're hearing about for the first time.
Okay.
Let's go to number 10. Don't tell us representation is getting better. What is it? Don't tell us representation is getting better and expect us to rejoice with you over the bare minimum being done.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one inside and out.
Progress being made. I mean,
it's better than when you was in slavery.
Right. Yeah. We might have to revamp this on Blunt Talk. This is pretty interesting conversation right here.
Hell yeah. So, it's right on the timeline. Take it down now and make yourself a note.
I'll try to remember to go back and print it off and put it in a file folder or something.
Don't appropriate black culture, ever. Number 12. Don't recommend.
Hold on, read that one.
Okay. Don't appropriate.
I'll read it.
Go ahead.
Getting a hairstyle that would get a black person. Quit moving the screen. Getting a hairstyle that would get a black person sent home from school become the topic of conversation in the PWIs they work at, or lead them not even get hired for a job is not cool. Neither are your attempts to sound black. They are high-key offensive. Look, she didn't say low-key. They are high-key offensive, and I'm mad we still having this conversation in 2021. Okay, girlfriend. That's the one I can't stand. Fist bump.
Oh, man.
When you walking in the office, they say, good morning to everybody else, and then also they get on you, hey, girlfriend, fist bump, or hey, nay-nay. Oh, that's one I used to get from my CEO, one of our newer CEOs. Nay-nay.
Nay-nay.
I'm like,
bitch.
Hey, nay-nay.
Bitch, my name is not Nay. Okay. You said that shit. See, why are you so sensitive?
Can't you whip your hair back and forth and nay-nay? Is that how the song goes? I'll be like, motherfucker, I don't know what song you even talking about.
I don't even know the song you talking about.
You know the song, and I very well knew what you was talking about, but I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry. Not all blacks listen to whip your hair back and something about something, whatever.
Here we go. Number 12. Don't recommend black trauma porn to us. Well, like for example, you will be in discussions and people be like, did you see what happened to George Floyd? You really need to go see that. No, I don't. I still haven't really seen what happened to George Floyd. You know what I'm saying?
We're not the ones that need to see it.
But I
Okay.
go. You want to read it or you want me to read it? Because I see you kind of.
Go ahead and read it.
We're not the ones that need to see it to feel empathy towards black folk. You also don't get brownies points for letting us know you watched it and had feelings. Give a fuck about how you feel about it. This is the reality that generations prior to mine was trying to let you know was popping off out here. You know what I'm saying? Including my generation.
I don't know about that one. I got some mixed emotions about that. I don't want you to tell me to look at it, but it says you don't get brownie points for letting us know you watched it and had feelings. I'm not necessarily brownie points, but I think that there's a group of white people out here that are trying to get it. There's some that don't care to get it, and then there's a very few that get it. And if you have some type of emotional, I think sometimes change begins, not always, and sometimes change does begin with feeling having some type of emotion attached to the situation. And I don't know if you want to say get brownie points, but like when the whole shit happened downtown with the little shit that popped off after George Floyd, and I seen white people jumping in front of black people and taking the brunt of the stuff. You know what I'm saying? I think sometimes, I commend them for that.
Right.
I do personally.
What I'm
so
saying
I don't
is,
know.
they can't.
Am I giving them brownie points?
Right now, no. What you're doing is you're respecting them for what they did. Now, and this is the issue. It's a difference. Yeah. Let me see if I can come up with an example. You have a motherfucker that get out and do a business, and you have a motherfucker that sits around and makes business plans. And a person.
Okay, I got you.
You understand what I'm saying? So
she's talking about like you an armchair revolutionary,
right,
so to speak. You just sitting
right,
back and I felt so bad.
Right.
Oh,
there you go. Right. What actions are you taking? Let me see what you felt, what it moved you to do, not how you feel. I'm not really interested in how you feel about this shit. I want to see what actions you want to put behind
what
it.
actions you're
right.
putting. Okay, I got it. Okay, player. Go on to number 13. Scroll up for me unless you haven't already.
Well, remember, our conversation.
Unless you haven't already.
Right.
That's why I said that.
All right.
Okay.
You behind me, Darky, on that end, but on the phone, you on time. Don't ask if we're mixed.
I hate that one. Do you ever get that one, Brother Hot?
Mixed with what? Who, me? I ain't never heard that shit before. Never.
You just lying.
Don't ask if we're mixed. Okay.
and you, like you said, you get that with black people all the time.
Oh my God.
And I get that more, I think, out of black people,
right.
For real. And that's why in the book Weapons of Whiteness, it talks about the weapons of whiteness that they use against us and the weapons of whiteness that we use against each other.
There we go.
And this is one, as among there was others, but this is one because, even with people in my personal life, I've had the conversation with, and typically it's usually younger people, but they say things to me like, that this girl look mixed, or I look mixed, or I like a girl who's mixed, and I'm like, that girl ain't mixed, nigga. She look like a light skinned black girl. What are you talking about? Now she got to be mixed with something.
Yeah.
Hold
on, we got another caller in the video. We got another caller. Who on the line?
I don't know.
Who on the line?
It's Brother Kwame again. So
what's going on?
I wanted to give a context out of which that came. As I was saying, the alum was responding to, we have an Oberlin webpage for Black alum. But, it's open to anybody, but it's primarily Black alum. And there was a posting for Black History Month that they were going to be doing a concert. Many of you know Oberlin's a conservatory, so, they put out music. They were doing a concert featuring black artists, their music and stuff. On the poster, on the poster, they had 5 white dudes, and they got hell. So they took it down, and then the criticisms, from blacks came, and then of course you had some whites, particularly, who were trying to say, well, they took it down. That wasn't so bad. But given the history of Oberlin and the history that continues to be built, the question,
Right.
it begs the question, how could such a fuck up, faux pas, whatever you want to call it, have happened at a school like Oberlin? But again,
Right, and go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But just to summarize it in the next 2 sentences. So this sister decided she was going to write an article talking to those people who thought it wasn't so bad, and and that kind of talk. So Go ahead, sis.
I like this article. I am definitely going to print it out. And this is a question I guess I can have, because this happens. Like, racism is, and involved in everything, and people be like, "Oh, Navita, you just over exaggerate," but it is. So when you have that mindset and you recognize that, you have a tendency to see it in everything. Well, I'm back in school, and a couple of times I've seen some issues that I feel in people's answers to certain questions or in discussion boards that are fall into some of these categories, especially when I'm in one of my criminology courses, and racism comes up, and that, or even with the jazz piece, and racism comes up,
Right.
So I'm gonna keep this post pinned on my board so that I can maybe better articulate to them what they're actually doing. Because sometimes I have a problem articulating what they're doing to them,
Because and the way it comes out, one of the things that we didn't have mastery of, and that we are slowly getting mastery of, is the language in order to express what we feel. Because it's sort of like when you was younger. One time I fell out of a tree. Just side note, I fell out of a tree, and I sprained my ankle, and I crawled to my grandmother's house and limped and sat down. Hey, what's wrong with you? I say, I hurt my foot. You know what I'm saying? And I was trying to think of the word that I was trying to say, and nobody could understand what the fuck happened. I fell out of the tree. Your leg ain't broke. I'm not trying to say it's broke. It's that one thing. And I couldn't get the word out, and I started getting frustrated. So every time somebody asked me, I couldn't come up with the words, and it became very frustrating trying to communicate what the fuck was going on with me. I don't need to go to the hospital. I just sprung my ankle. It's not broke. It hurts a little bit. I'm gonna put ice on it. I'm gonna be okay. But it sprung, and I couldn't think of the words, and that shit stuck with me. And that has how a lot of my life has been, because I've been noticing shit going on, but I didn't have the words to express what was going on. So people would claim that I was crazy or over emotional, because through the frustration, I didn't have the language. I didn't have, in a sense, what a lot of people want, the proof to show what was going on. This is why
I'm frustrated still that you sprung your ankle.
I'm frustrated because I sprung my ankle, and I can't even verbalize what the fuck is going on with me. You understand what I'm saying? So you experience this shit, and it's sort of like being in that situation where you got it, but you can't express. You see it, you can't express. This is why in many cases I shut down.
But
go ahead.
Here's the side piece on that. On the side piece on that is, a lot of times it's almost like talking to a child. When you don't understand what the child's trying to tell you, you say, where does it hurt? Point to where it hurts. And at that age, you could have pointed to where it hurts. And those of us who were boys at one point, we get it. Okay. It may not be broken, but we know it at least hurts. So it might be a sprain, something along those lines. But again, part of it is finding the mode of communication that works. You, me, Navita, and several other of our family members have talked about, I know that I'm not the best person to communicate in all circumstances. Just as you're not the best person to communicate in all circumstances.
Who, me? I'm good in every circumstance. I don't know what the hell you talking about.
But you do not communicate the best in all circumstances.
You're right.
And so, we know when to pass the baton.
Right. Just off the chat. Man, but but that's interesting. That we need to take that a little bit further on Blunt Talk, because like I said, because even like what Navita was saying is that these are weapons that we use on ourselves sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And we need to be able to call it out. And one of the reasons I shut down in a lot of discussions, even just in interpersonal with my people, is because it's like they don't understand, or because what I have found out through time is that either people don't understand or they're acting like they don't understand. So you end up looking like you're crazy. Like many of us have been in a situation, I know I'm not the only one, where motherfuckers played you and set you up, but because you don't have the actual proof, you look crazy. Nobody wants to hear what you got to say because you upset. Or better yet, let's do this situation where somebody has pushed and prodded until you went nuclear on their ass. And nobody understands why all of a sudden this motherfucker's laying down with a bloody nose. Right? Or this motherfucker got whooped to a point where it was ridiculous. And like, man, why you do that? You know they was just playing. I told them to stop playing several times. And you try to express that to people, but they don't want to hear you. I asked them to leave me alone. I told them to leave me alone. But anyway, I'm going to get off of that.
All right, continue.
Number 14, don't correct the way we pronounce a word in a bitchy way. There are so many reasons we might pronounce something a certain way, and you using that moment to show that you think you might know more than us is disgusting. Damn. I like this. I like this girl. All right. Don't write our stories for us. Good one.
Hold on.
Go ahead. Don't write our stories for us. Okay. All right. Don't write our stories for us. I'm going to read that one. 16. Don't come to our Facebook when you're frustrated and or having a bad day. Now, wise one. You know what I'm saying? Because you bring your feelings and shit. Last one. Don't read things like this and refuse to see your own problematic behavior. Damn, baby, you kind of talking to everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Where is it now? Where we at? What number?
Number 17. I sped through the rest of them.
Like this and refuse to see your own. Okay, I missed it. Problematic behavior, I'm assuming it says.
Yeah, problematic behavior. All right, let's go on back to Facebook.
Okay, let's go. Okay, that's it. That's the last one?
That's the last one. So Navita says
very good read.
We're going
to
go.
I wanted to tell Brother Kwame real quick, if you don't mind. Speaking of Oberlin, there's a lot of landmark things that happen in Oberlin. And I know Brother Kwame has heard my story about when I thought I was white and got it whipped out of me. Well, I was living in Oberlin when that happened, Brother Kwame.
And of course, the rumor in Oberlin, at least when I first got to Oberlin as a freshman, I would always hear how fine the town sisters were. And I believe after looking at a few that was because they had Navita-like features. Many of them did. And so
The features above the neck
yeah,
or the features below the neck?
Okay, you know what, Hudson? Something wrong with him, I swear.
But again, you know, those of us at the African Heritage House, we refer to Oberlin as the plantation. And, you know, the brothers and sisters who were coming from the city to work there, you know, they were like the slaves. And in many cases, they got treated as such. And, I mean, you know, shit,
Right.
we're having a bout with Oberlin even now, dealing with how they've treated many of the workers from Oberlin. So, yeah, it's an experience.
All right, let's see what else we got in the news. For those that missed the latest post, my latest blog, of course, is handwritten. I'm trying to get y'all to know a little bit of me. You know what I'm saying? It's on G Army Journey. I'm posting up handwritten shit. So if you feel like solving a puzzle, you go in there and try to figure out what the fuck I'm trying to say. Because if I don't read it within the next 2 weeks, I will have forgotten. I will have to go in and decipher it for myself. So here's the post from yesterday. Here's some other stuff on here I wanted to cover while we got time for the Toast and Talk. Family, be sure to check out our free e-course. You click any of the links and go to it and check out the e-course. Images of slaves are property of Harvard, not the descendants. Judge rules. So this is in the New York Times. You're going to check that out if you want to feel like getting frustrated. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if this person is a legal descendant of the person and they want the they want the articles, they want the photographs, they want all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Harvard, give her the NFT of the images. How about that? Y'all keep the real shit. Give them the NFTs. You know what I'm saying? Y'all got
right.
Smart motherfuckers up there that can make that shit happen. Y'all keep the actual property. Give their family the NFTs. How about that? You know what I'm saying? If you want to be frustrated, go on and read this shit, because this is where we start running into issues with the legal, with the legalese. You know what I'm saying? Because they play a whole nother game in the legal language type shit. So I don't, you know, but I posted up. A small hint of big trouble in the oceans. So the current that flows from the west coast of Africa towards the Americas and then flow from the Americas to Europe is changing, family. Right? You know what I'm saying? But there's no global warming and shit like that. Go and read that article. This is for my science nerds and those that like earth science and stuff like that. But the currents are changing. At one point in time, you'll be able to take a boat, and it will follow the current straight from Africa to America. There's a current there, but it's changing now, and Lord knows what that means. For anybody that's looking for some good stuff to watch on YouTube, no fuckery involved at all. It's a brother by the name of Irony Freepong, and the name of his channel is The Funky Academic. And he did something
I like that.
Oh, you like The Funky Academic?
I like the name. That's a dope name.
Oh, that's a dope name. He's a brother that is speaking for reparations. And he did a show right before my birthday on Obama on reparations and white feelings. And the shit is the bomb. The week before that, he did one on the prophet, the Black Messiah, and the one thing. So now, this is Revolt TV.
Yeah, the one thing. Okay.
You know what's the movie that just came out? The Black Messiah, Judas and the Black Messiah.
Oh, okay. I think it's Judas.
Yeah.
Something like that in the Black Messiah.
Word. Barack Obama saying white resistance stopped him from pursuing reparations during his presidency. This is on Revolt TV. Former president, this is written by Victoria Morwood, and after this, we done, family. So go on, bear with me for a second. No, I'm not subscribing to Revolt right now. I'll think about it, but let's see how good this article is. In a new episode of the Renegades podcast, this is a podcast with Bruce Springsteen and Barack Obama. I don't know how I feel about that shit. But anyway, Barack Obama revealed that the politics of white resistance prevented him from pursuing a national plan for reparations during his presidency. The former president made the comment to Springsteen after the E Street Band leader asked if he thought reparations are justified. Now, here goes his response. Here we sit today where it feels like a reckoning is being called for. Springsteen said in the episode, is the country ready to deconstruct its founding myth? Is it prepared to consider reparations, do you think? And then it says, so if you ask me theoretically, are reparations justified? The answer is yes. Now, he says theoretically. Obama responded, there's not much question. The wealth of this country, the power of this country was built in significant part on the backs of slaves, he added. They built the house I stayed in for a while. If you're thinking of what's just, you will look back and you will say descendants of those who suffered those kinds of terrible, cruel, and often arbitrary injustice deserve some sort of redress, some support of compensation, recognition, some sort of recognition, he continued. However, Obama said he thought pursuing reparations during his presidency might have been counterproductive due to the politics of white resistance and resentment at the time. Now, family, let me say this shit. You didn't pursue reparations, and there still was a goddamn backlash. So I don't understand why, but I'm gonna leave it alone because it's done. But oftentimes we get into these positions and we become the messenger of white feeling rather than being representatives of our people and being able to represent something that will move the country forward by serving those who deserve justice.
I want to share one of my experiences at Open.
Go ahead.
So I was accused of academic misconduct. In other words, we were given a math test where you can use any source at your disposal. And I was accused of cheating.
Ooh.
Now, how the hell do you cheat? By using any resource available to you. Now, let me add the caveat. Now, I can't go to an upper class person and say, look, I need help with this. You know, that's out of bounds. But I was accused of, this academic misconduct, in other words, cheating on the test. And there were two people on the, a brother and a sister who were on the, what is it called? The, the Justice Committee or something like that.
Right.
I forget what it's called, but
right.
The Justice Committee, Honor Committee. And so, in fact, let me think. There was 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there were 3 to 4 people who were on that committee, brothers and sisters. And 2 of them stepped down because they thought it was a conflict of interest because we were all living at the house, or the African Heritage House.
Okay.
And I just thought to myself, oh, wow. It didn't really even, they asked a few questions, but that was the extent of it because there was nothing to really base it on.
Right.
A brother saw me after having talked to one of our sisters who was an upperclassman, because I asked her for if I could borrow one of her books. And she lent it to me. And so I was pleased, and I showed I was pleased, right? And the brother who was in the class, he decided he was going to report me. But again, that just goes to show, this notion of weapons of whiteness being used against one another based on not something he knew, but something he suspected.
Exactly.
And the really sad thing about it was we all failed the damn test.
Man. So we all, I
That's
mean,
right.
we're acting as, how can I put it? A lot of times we get into positions and we want to avoid West Asians' wrath, not realizing that we're gonna get the wrath any goddamn way. We was born in the wrath. We live in the wrath and we think that we're avoiding that shit. And that shit becomes problematic after a while, family. You know what I'm saying? We got a black president that, you know what I'm saying, that could have brought this and with executive power could have put certain things in place to push the agenda forward. But we got nothing. Nothing. See, when in our political education, what we have to let people know is that sometimes you don't have to play to win when you're playing a long-term game. If I know that that Kwame is coming up after me on the move, there's certain things that I can do and maybe it might look like a loss for a moment, and then knowing that Kwame is coming and is going to be able to knock it out for a home run. It's called strategy. It's called long-term strategy. My role is to set stuff in place so that Cleveland and all of our other young people will have an opportunity to knock the ball out the park. It's not to bring us home in my lifetime. It's for me to do everything to set it up so that we can have a continuous dynasty, continuous tribe building and moving beyond that. And we got individuals getting into power being messengers for white feelings. Give a fuck about their feelings. You know what I'm saying? It was their feelings that put us in slavery. It was their feelings that made us 3/5 of a human being. It was their feelings that not only put us into depravity and red zoned us, but opening up the opposite for all of their compadres. Give a fuck about their feelings. We can't care about their feelings no more. And we have to be bold enough to make them feel uncomfortable when they walk in the room. When we walk in the room, they should be scared. They should be fearful. They should be uncomfortable. Because they're living off the fact and they're able to succeed at the level that they are able to succeed at because my grandfather and my grandmother weren't allowed to compete. My great-grandparents weren't allowed to compete. It was never a free market. The market was never free. Because if it was free, we would be running this motherfucker. So we need to be clear on that. So we need to not give a damn about their feelings anymore. This is why I ain't mad that Facebook pulled me off. You know why? Because there's a possibility that with some of the smart-ass kids that I got coming up under me right now, the children of Giame, that we will have something bigger than theirs and we'll be able to block theirs. So I'm not mad. I just take it in stride. Because I know there's a possibility that one day when I'm at the big table.
Back in strategy.
That's right. Got it. You know what I'm saying? So let's go and see what my brother Obama said. Thank you for pulling me back from the edge, Navita.
Yeah, sometimes we got to pull you back, baby.
I'm mad.
You got a right to be.
I'm about to sing James Brown. I'm mad. Get down with the White House. That ain't right. I'm sorry.
Okay, then you sound just like him.
However, Obama said he thought pursuing reparations during his presidency might have been counterproductive due to the politics of white resistance and resentment at the time. Could you actually get that kind of justice? He questioned. Could you get a country to agree and own that story? And my judgment was that the practical matter that was unattainable for you. But what about the next? Could you have laid some groundwork? What groundwork did you lay for what you know is justice for this country? What groundwork did you lay? I'm sorry. God damn it. What I saw during my presidency was the politics of white resistance and resentment. He continued. The talk of welfare queens and the talk of undeserving poor and the backlash against affirmative action, all that made the prospects of actually proposing any kind of coherent, meaningful reparations program struck me as politically not only a non-starter, but potentially counterproductive. And then we ended up with Donald Trump. Okay. Obama added, working class white folks and those struggling with poverty wouldn't be thrilled that the idea of massive programs that is designed to deal with the past but isn't speaking to their future. The conversation was included in Obama and Springsteen's American Skin, Race in the United States episode, the third episode to arrive from the Renegades podcast. Listen to the full episode below. I don't know if I'm going to listen to it. But family, no, I'm serious. I'm pissed. I'm mad. Get down in the White House. That ain't right. You supposed to argue? Cuss to fight. Man. All right, but anyway, family, this is Brother Hatim. Also,
okay, Brother Hatim.
I'm on the mic with Sister Navita and, of course, the Black Yoda himself, Brother Kwame. This is Giami Tribe, family. And all I can say is that I am mad. I'm mad.
Well, listen, I know one thing. We'll talk later, but we need to get together regarding, how we're going to get these comments and things to work right and stuff.
You better
for this week.
You better leave me alone. I'm mad.
Okay, cool. So,
but yours came up. And then also you need to start letting people know that we're gonna start streaming on your timeline. Start letting people know.
Okay, so
I
don't understand why I didn't see 50 because they said they was looking from. I don't know where them fucking things is at. Don't give me the line.
Right. So it's cool. I mean, in a minute, all this is gonna be something we laugh about in a couple of years. But we gonna master it, like you said. Get down and figure out what's wrong with it. Get in, fix it, and make it happen. So, family, those of you that were trying to make posts and we wasn't able to, we apologize. But we're going to make it better and just ride with us because right now we all are in the learning process. Family, this is Brother Hatim from GNJ.media. Brother Hatim from Giami Journey Tribe saying, I hope that you have a great and mighty Kuumba. And guess what? I am out.
All right,
women, but the most important goddesses were black, not just for the African now in the civilization of the Greek. The Greek was so profoundly affected by the Africans that the goddess of chastity was a black woman, Artemis. The goddess of wisdom was a black woman, Minerva. The goddess of beauty was a black woman, Diana. And many of their great mythological figures which were critical to the vision of history, the history of the Greeks in the Odyssey. The woman who has the power to draw Odysseus and all his crew into her is Circe, who's represented as a black woman with African features on the Greek vases. The woman who helps Jason win the Golden Fleece is a black woman, Medea. The woman who marries Perseus, the Greek hero, is a
What is a lion without his pride? What is a whale without his pod? What is a monkey without his troop? What is a wolf without his pack? The answer is very simple. They are the same thing that a human being is without a tribe. Pray.
Habaragani, Bombskin & Co. is the true definition of self-care, self-love, and repeat. We are what we create in this life. Bombskin & Co. chooses to create something innovative and unforgettable. Check out our website for more information.
Spirit Over Flesh LLC is a wellness-based business where we heal through words. I'm Tiandra. I'm the founding servant leader. It is a Black-owned, woman-owned business that was founded in Ohio, but that can serve the world. Through virtual sessions, either by phone or video conference, we have a conversation. We always start with a 15-minute consult where we just make sure that I learn a little bit about you, you learn some about me, and then we schedule some time to be intentional about your wellness journey. During the time, it's about education and empowerment. You are your own best doctor from within. So I'm literally someone who is just intentional in the space and drawing questions out of you to get you further on your wellness journey. Sessions are typically starting at $80, but if you mention Kwanzaa 2020, we're going to go ahead and take 20% off. It's about getting you well so that we can be well, right? Kuji Chagalia and Ujima, collective responsibility. So grateful for the opportunity to support you in your wellness journey. If you're interested, go to my website, spiritoverfleshllc.com. There's a button that says Let's Connect. Fill out the form and I'll get right back to you. Again, that's spiritoverfleshllc.com. I look forward to supporting you in your wellness journey and healing through words.
Are you heading out of town or have a special occasion? What about birthdays, anniversaries, or reunions? Get the best deals and inexpensive rental car rates, mid-size sedan, compact cars, and more. We have a variety of fleet vehicles to accommodate any and all of your rental car needs. Make a reservation today at your local budget rental car on Hamilton Road in Whitehall. Call 614-863-7500.
Happy Kwanzaa. I'm Carla, and my sister Karen and I own Two Natural Sisters. We've been in business for 5 years, and we sell a line of natural bath, body, and candle products. Let's take a look. Follow us on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Two Natural Sisters. All items that are in stock will be shipped within 24 to 48 hours. As a promotional item, we offer a CD of Black romantic poetry of self-love and coupled love, and 50% discount on Sister Locks, Brother Locks by consultant Sapphire Donetta Mahadi. If you have any questions, you can reach us at customercare@twonaturalsisters.com. Enjoy and happy Kwanzaa.
What's going on? My name is Doe. I am the owner and creator of Madeline Gin. Madeline Gin is best described as a celebratory art experience that exudes hella blackness. Initially, the company was founded to provide a luxurious but affordable art experience, and it's since transformed itself into something a bit more spiritual. By walking in what I believe to be my truth, I've been able to get in contact with my ancestors and use my platform and my art, my gift, to tell their untold stories. I do that by using different textures, by utilizing different mediums, colors, and just making things pop out so that it's open for interpretation. I love creating, and I can't wait to be of service to you. Thank you.
I am a genius. My ancestors were geniuses. My ancestors have made me a genius in all that I think, say, and do. I must declare myself a genius. I am a genius. Whenever I am myself, I practice my geniusness and do great things. All my thoughts, choices, and deeds must express my geniusness.
I am a genius. My decisions must always be in the best interest of myself, my family, my people, and my God. Only then will I and everyone I know that I am a genius.
I am a genius. At all times, my geniusness must reflect my culture. My geniusness must serve my God. My geniusness must make me be one in love and harmony with my family. My geniusness must protect my people. Yes, at all times I must demonstrate excellence because I am a genius.
The Purpose Driven Society is a Black-owned, woman-owned business local to Columbus who creates accessories that have intentional messaging. Our specialty are buttons. Buttons can be worn anywhere, on a shirt, on a book bag, on a hat. The beautiful thing about buttons is that you can change them and switch it up depending on your mood or the day. For election day, we wore a very intentional button. On my book bag, or my student's book bag, it says, "You are already intelligent, educate yourself." Buttons are empowering with the messages that we create. Again, we do them very intentionally. At the Purpose Driven Society, we're minding our Black-owned business and hope that you'll help mind ours too by doing business with us. Our buttons go for $3 for one, $5 for two, $7 for three. But if you mention Kwanzaa 2020, we're doing a special where you'll get an assortment of buttons for just $20, and we'll ship anywhere in the country. So again, that's the Purpose Driven Society. We can be reached at thepurposedrivensociety@outlook.com. Send us an email, and we will put together a very intentional bag of buttons for you and ship it straight to your home. Happy Kwanzaa. Thanks for doing business with us.
Peace, family. Yo, thank you for joining us. Right? And I'm thrilled to announce the fact that we are now releasing our first free e-course. Come and learn about Geometry Journey, see some of the stuff we do. Come and join the tribe. Tribe up with us and check out the free e-course. We'll make sure that the URL pop up right about here. And it'll probably be somewhere in here. Check us out, family, because we are building. Come and learn about Geometry Journey, and let's build together.